Alright, so we figured out where our lowest A note is in two places. Open A fretted on the 6th string, 5th fret. We know where our first octave of that is via scale shapes or just via memory. So there's the first octave of the lowest A, or there, the first octave of low A, or sorry, I went to the next portion of the video. Let's skip that. Same as 2/4 location, or we can go all the way up to there, or we can split the 2/4 shape on the A string and finish on the A string instead of finishing on the D string. But be able to move to that first octave of the lowest octave of A, like I just did, ascending and descending. You know there should be 4 locations. A, 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 A. And that's it, and there ain't no more. So it's just a memory thing, it's a location of the fretboard thing, knowing that that note is A on the G string, 2nd fret. On the D string, knowing that note is A. Just that note is A, the first octave of the lowest A. And this being the first octave. Essentially, wherever you're at, you can just add 12. That'll give you the fret number. Because that means you would have covered an octave of wherever you started. So now we're on to the next octave. So, for instance, that pitch, or that octave of A, cannot be found anywhere in that direction. That is the lowest place on the fretboard that you can find that octave of A, but you can find it in other places, of course, by the down-up rule. Down 1 string, and I count 6 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can use your rule of 5. From here you move up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you're also listening. Make sure you listen. You're listening for this pitch. There it is, right? If you go down a string, close your eyes. To try to find the, where are we at? A? I forgot where we were. There it is. But you can use, you need to use numbers and logic to find it, but go down a string. And this is less than, because it's G to B string. So there we have the same pitch, right? And then same pitch going down a string. You can already see if we would down a string, we're not going to be able to go up any further. So that is the last place that we can play the next octave of A. So there's 4 places as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also remember, you've got these dots, and there's a duplication. So, meaning any information down here after the 12th fret exists up here too. But to just stay strictly to A, from the lowest note of A on the guitar, the next octave is in 4 places. And then that is the next octave from there, and so from there we can play that octave there, 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 or there. And that is the first ledger line above the staff. And thus, well, it's not the highest, so we'll get to the highest. We might as well do that now while we're here. So then that begs the question, is there another octave of A? So we have the second ledger line down, we have the second space in the staff. That's this one. Second space in the staff. And then the first line above the staff, ledger line above the staff, is this octave. Oops. See, if I go too fast, I can't do it either. So there's 4 locations of the second octave. So is there a higher octave from there? Well, if we start on where we found our first place and we just go up 12 steps, we find the highest octave of A that we can play on guitar. Not the only place, but the highest octave. And so we go down 1 string, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 2 places, yay! To play that octave of A. So we have our starting point, open A, our fretted A. We have our first octave, which could be here, 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 or here. We have our second octave, which could be here, 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 or here. And then we have our third octave, which could be played here or here. You're rarely going to be playing up here. Rarely, rarely, rarely. And so that's probably, you know, there's 2 locations. It's probably where you're going to be playing the highest pitch of A that you can play on guitar in this location, on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 17th fret, even though you can play on the 22nd fret on the B string. So correlate pitch to the staff of A, the lowest, then correlate the next octave, which is the second space of the staff, and its 4 locations, and then the first line above the staff, and its 4 locations. And then let's not even get up to the ledger lines of the highest pitch, because you'll be so far up it'll start to get odd. But you can know that the highest pitch that you're likely to play in on the fretboard for A is here. It can be done here too on the B string. But as you can see, there's no more there's strings to go down, but there's no more fretboard to go up. And so we run out of space. And so I would consider that your highest A that you're going to play, or you might as well memorize that it can be played on the B string up on the 22nd fret there. So those are your A's. Really lock those down. Memorize the string and fret numbers, and then memorize, you know, the location in a physical sense, not just numerical and, you know, writing down this fret, this string number, but memorize where you can play A that are in the same pitches. And then your next octave up, memorize those locations and where those are at on the staff, which is the first line above the staff. Very important, because when we play arpeggios, or when we're tinkering around with chords, etc., sometimes we need to move a note up an octave just because of 2 notes on 1 string, and so we're finding another location. Or if we're playing an arpeggio, we need to know where our octaves are. So write out those remaining octave locations and where they correlate to the staff.